Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy New Year. Happy Tuesday afternoon as well. Hope you're well. Hope you're looking after yourself. Hope you had a good New Year's. I hope this year brings you everything that you could possibly want out of it. And yeah, you're looking forward to really a very big month in the season of Tottenham Hotspur. So yes, the January transfer window is now opened yesterday, but let's be honest, none of us were really bothered yesterday. It's one of those days where probably everyone's a little bit too hungover or a little bit too sleepy. So today feels like the first proper day of the January transfer window. So we got a lot of updates around Radu Dragsuin, the Genoa centre-half, and how that probably does look like that deal's getting done this week, as well as a really good bit of news surrounding Papy Sarr. So plenty to get into, plenty to talk about. Just want to say, if you're new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us for the journey. And let's jump in. And let's start with Radu Dragsuin. So we know the situation on the fact that Spurs want a centre-half in this week, right? That was always the thing they were talking about from a couple of weeks ago. They want someone in the first week of January. Obviously, sitting at Tuesday right now. Well, if we play Friday night, it would be good if we can get someone in ahead of that game. Even if they don't play 90 minutes, they can get some football to become acclimatised to the Premier League, because it is a even though it's a cup game, it is against the Premier League side. But not only that, also to get them acclimatised to the way we want to play ahead of a big game in the middle of the month against Manchester United. So let me just read to you what Fabrizio Romano said, and he said it a few hours ago, and he's reposted it again. And normally when he reposts it and he pins something on his tweets, normally that means is this thing's going to be happening and going to be finishing up soon, in terms of the deal's going to be completed soon. So he said, understand negotiations are underway between Tottenham and Genoa for Radu Dragsuin after the agreement on personal terms with the Romanian centre-back. Spurs are confident to advance as contacts continue on a daily basis. No changes on the Jean-Claude Todibo deal, almost collapsed. I would probably say it has collapsed. Barring a ridiculous turn, I think that deal is done and dead. So it is the Radu Dragsuin show. So look, he wasn't my first option, and there's nothing wrong with having an opinion on a player that you like previously. There's some of you that want to play certain players that play in their position out of position because that's what you feel is best for them. There's nothing wrong with that opinion. It's still not to say that they're not great at that position. You can still think, I want to play this guy in this position because I think he's better there, but he's doing really well in that position. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think I do see Todibo as being sort of that step above Dragusin, but at the same time, Dragusin's still a good player. You know, he does actually know some of the boys from his time at Juventus, obviously talking Bentancur and Kulusevski. And who am I to judge? Because I tell you what, our track record of signing players from the Serie A and them turning out to be quite decent players is quite high. Fabio Paratici knows what he's doing. You know, you think of Desti Udogie, you think of Vicario, you think of Bentancur, you think of Kulusevski, you think of Romero. You know, we're talking about 5 players that, when fit, all start at Spurs. So the track record's good. So I'm going to put all my faith in Paratici and the guys there, because at the end of the day, they haven't failed me yet. Spurs kind of are trying to get a deal done for around 25-26 million pounds, okay? I think Genoa want a bit more, but to be honest, I think if you're discussing a few million, the deal's pretty much thereabouts, okay? So that's a little bit of good news. I mean, when we look at other reports, the Daily Mail said that Spurs hope to complete the £25 million signing of Radu Dragsuin this week. Talks with Genoa have advanced in recent days. Spurs want to sign a midfielder and a winger after signing centre-back, which I don't, you can say what you want about any publication, but I think that's pretty much spot on, because I look, we need a centre-back. It's the biggest thing we need to sort. We are sorting it. Obviously, you knock on woods that, this deal does still obviously complete itself. And then you look at the midfielder and the attackers, and I think where they will go cheap, if they're going to go cheap on any one of them, I think it'll be the attacker area. Because I think they'll look at it and go, Solomon's nearly back. You're still at Brian Hill. You're still at Kulusevski. You're still at Johnson. You're still at Ritchie. They've brought Dane Scarlett back off of loan. You've still got the option of him. You've still got Jamie Donnelly. Because obviously I know Veliz, we're waiting to see what happens with his injury. you're not losing Son for countless amounts of games. 3, 4, maybe 5. So you just want something to come in and add something more to that group. And that's why they probably do go cheap, like a Jota, in terms of a loan deal, which if it is a loan deal, I do hope Saudi Arabia are paying 75, 80% of that, because I wouldn't want Spurs to pay anything near 150 grand a week for him, because he's got to show that he can do it for me. But that's me. On the midfielder, I look at the midfield, you've got Bissouma and Sarr that are obviously going away. You've got Bentancur who's just come back. By the way, I know his wife, it came out from the WhatsApp saying that he's back, and I just kind of assumed, he's back in training. He's been back all week last week, and he played 60 odd minutes, and I saw his name on the team sheet and I nearly fell off my seat. He was 4 or 5 weeks ahead of schedule, they said. I love me some Rodrigo Bentancur. I know you do. And if you don't, shame on you. You've got obviously Bentancur, you have Højbjerg, you have Skip, you have Lo Celso, money, absolute money right now. And you have Kulusevski that can fit into that area if necessary. And Madders should be back this month, So the midfield room's not too bad, but I do see them moving Højbjerg, and I see them bringing in a replacement with that money, which I do have an update in another video around Højbjerg. I just want to finish off with a little bit of good news around Papy Sarr. So, one of the standout performers of the season, I think is quite fair to say, around Papy Sarr. With him, we're a very good team. Without him, we don't seem to have the same sort of energy from that number 8 role. He's been tremendous this year. He has really developed a lot. I'm quite surprised how far he has come, really. Yes, he did obviously pick up that injury on New Year's Eve was the weekend. It was Sunday, wasn't it? Every day blends into one. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too bad an injury, which is good. So he still gets to go to AFCON, which I'm really happy for him. But on him, he's had double good news. And it came from Richie Romano again, who said that, I understand Papy Sarr new deal at Spurs valid until June 2030 will be announced soon. It's all set, agreement completed with the midfielder, paperwork getting ready, and then Tottenham will be able to confirm one more key extension after Destiny Udogie. So first and foremost, Papy, congratulations. You're very much deserving of it. You were grossly underpaid for a little while at Spurs. I think it was a lot of money, but for a footballer that plays first team football in the Premier League, he was earning about 10 grand a week. I'd assume they're probably going to somehow quintuple, 50, 60 grand a week, whatever. More than deserved. And it's very good that we're getting these sort of players who are going to be the spine of this team locked down into a long-term deal. Destiny Udogie's onto a similar sort of deal now. Papy's another one. You've still got, Vicario's on a long-term deal. Mickey van der Ven, long-term deal. I think Johnson's on a long-term deal. So a lot of these players, from the ages of somewhere between 19 and sort of 23, getting long-term deals, which is brilliant. It's something that you can just kind of forget about it a little bit, and you can kind of say, they've got the new deal. Fantastic. And, maybe in a few years' time, if they continue the progression, you give them a little bit of a pay rise and, all that stuff. But first and foremost, it's just really good news. And it's something that you can just forget about. In the nicest way of Papy, forget about him now. Yeah, he's fine. He's got himself a new deal. He's got himself a new contract. Go win AFCON. Be nice to Bissouma, though. So that's really good. And look, hopefully in February, the squad can come back together and we can go and do what we did at the start of the season, and that was go undefeated. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I don't know. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Hope you did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section of your thoughts and feelings about really the Radu Dragsuin situation and the fact that he might be completed this week. Obviously, the news around Papy Sarr and his contract extension. I want to know your thoughts and feelings about both. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.